Greetings YouTube, Sebastian here today, and today we'll be looking at Republic handheld percussion and the Fritz rack extensions. This is a start of a new series that will be on the channel called REtrial, and I'll basically be going into the propeller head shop, trialing a couple rack extensions, telling you my thoughts on them, and yeah, let's go. So Republic is a nice rack extension. Don't let it fool you. It's got some really cool sounds in it. Um, I like the melodic kind of solo sample feature that allows you to have, you know, melodic control over, the keyboard rather than the multi-sample, which can be used if you're using it for percussive kind of, adding it as a drum element to your track. And yeah, and the next rack extension I'm talking about is Fritz by Panda. Lectric Panda made this, and it is one of my favorite new effect rack extensions. And we'll be looking at these both together, and reason why, because when these two are together, they can create some crazy things. So let's get started real quick. So I'm gonna pull up my keys. So if I'm pressing a key on here and you guys don't hear like Republic playing, it's because my keyboard's all messed up. I need to get it fixed. So yeah, let's get straight to the point though. So Republic is a handheld percussive instrument, IDT device by Jiggery Pokery. He made this for, I guess, these kind of sounds weren't really present in Reason. So if we fold it, we can see all that there is in this. You got a staple gun, like that's crazy. You got spoons, and you got stuff that I really like the kalimba. So the kalimba is really cool, and just the amount of like things you can do to the sound. For instance, there's different sample takes, and there's also reverse samples as well. Now, keep in mind that the reverse is not a mode. You don't just turn this on. It's built into the samples. So you're going to have to go to one of these sample selects for the solo samples. And we also have a multi-sample. In this case, it's basically, a bunch of different hits kind of with velocity, I'm guessing. But I love the solo sample on most of these. It just sounds a lot more melodic in my ears. So, and you get a multi-mode reverb right here, which you can add ambience. You can add room, you can add a hall, and you can add a non-linear mode, which means it's not trying to, emulate a room. It's just a space, just a ambience. And then you got this spring mode, which is really nice. Over here you can make it poly, so you can play chords with it. So we can, let's say, drag a chords and scales in here. So we'll set it to C minor. So that's nice, you can do that. Um, you got an envelope over here for your amp, so you could shape it to your liking. And what you can do is you can, like, let's say, pull up a Thor or Maelstrom, and you could use this as a transient generator. You can, generate transients and, really add some organic flavor to that synth sound you're making. So very, very useful stuff. You got your filter envelope right here, and the amount you can add to it. And we'll bring our filter down. You got a low pass, a band pass, and a high pass. I'm guessing they are 24 dB slopes, maybe 12. Yeah, I'm gonna say 24. But you can add this envelope to the filter to kind of dampen the sound a little bit, which is cool. You got the resonance, of course, so like you want to be weird and do some weird stuff. You can do some weird stuff, of course. I'm actually surprised I've not seen any videos on this rack extension. This is a really good rack extension. Like Jiggery, Pokery, Matt, he knows his stuff. Matchbox, like I cannot really hear that, probably because the filter's on. You just add that to like a like synth sound from Maelstrom or something, and you can get some really cool details out of using this as a transient generator as well. Let's try some of the other samples. A multi-sample mode, so which is pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure there's some reverse samples in here, and there isn't. But that's fine. Certain sounds or samples in this will not have a reverse function. So this modern shaker does not have a reverse. So this would be good to like put with your drums, your beat. Yeah, there's not many solo samples you get. Oh, it's on multi-sample. My bad. So yeah, there is no reverse sample for this. So I could spend hours going through here and telling you about this. Yep, that is reversed. That's actually a good reverse sample. So let's go to a nice hall. So we could go down here or go right here, and we could create like a delay effect, which is nice. So, we could throw in a nice Titus and kind of get some of that koan sound, kind of Asa kind of sounds out of this with the reverse function. They like to reverse random stuff when they're in the studio, so you can really get those kind of sounds with that. But that's not all. Let me get rid of this delay. But that's not all. You got this sweet intensity to add a Fritz to this, so you're gonna get some really crazy tones out of this, and this is this idea came out of for me to add a Fritz to this came from the idea of using atmosphere a lot. So I like to take a lot of these like kind of percussive, kind of melodic, kind of like samples in Republic, and I like to run them through Fritz. So you can really just set this up to do some really cool stuff. We're gonna get rid of the ambience because you know we can make our own reverbs in here. So to set this up, I usually like to freeze a track, and I usually like to find a really nice, setting, if you will, delay, spray, scale. Now, this, I'm not gonna say much about Fritz. Reason Experts got a really good video covering what this does. It is a granular effect, so it's really cool. And just the weird stuff you can make with this. We can shape the grains right here, which is cool. The grain skew. Unreverse the grains. So yeah, this opens a lot of possibilities with a lot of the IDT devices in the store, which Republic is a good one for this. So we'll stop the freeze. So you can already hear it doing stuff to the sound. Let's go to a more melodic. Bring up our decay up a little bit. And the thing that I did in my track was I actually automated this. So let's go to my track and look at that real quick. So we'll go over here and we'll go to my track. So this is a track that I kind of made. So let's see what it sounds like. See, and that's what I'm talking about, is that kind of reverse glitchy kind of thing with the kalimba arpeggio. And you can, enable it, and you can really create some glitchy kind of in thrill kind of like moments in your track by just using Fritz on it. Fritz is amazing for doing that. And so let's open another Republic. So there we go. So we'll open another Republic, but Republic is just, is just so different compared to a lot of those other like rack extensions in the store, and that's good. Um, so there's a lot of stuff you can do. There's a whole list. If you fold it, you can see it. Jaw harp. Just think of the wicked like basses you can come up with the jaw harp. And our Fritz granular engine. So let's, for instance, freeze the track. This may get a little annoying. So jitter kind of does a weird panning kind of thing. So let's apply a complex kind of pulsy kind of LFO to this. And let's bring the now you can hear the different possibilities with Fritz and Republik. Just think of the different combinators you can build with these two. Very, very nice. Republik gets a good 4 out of 5 from me. Fritz gets a good 4 out of 5 from me. Very, very cool rack extensions. Please try out Republik and Fritz. They go good together. This is Sebastian, Azure Eye, signing out. Like the video, hate the video, I don't care. Bye.